What's up, guys? This is Dirty Betch
and hi, I'm Callie.
ANTF bringing another gameplay to you on Plaza Ground War Domination. Doing something a little different here. I'm using the Shycom QCB. Went 75 and 5 on this gameplay. First time I'm using this gun, and I really enjoyed using it. It was pretty neat. And just a fun fact for you: Shycom stands for, true story, wait for it, Chinese Communist.
It's kind of random why they would name it that. And right here, let's check this out.
C4 kill! Whoa!
But yeah, the Shycom, Chinese Communist. I don't know what the hell is up with that. It seems kind of racist if you ask me.
Hey, you know what? To each their own. But I really didn't know what it stands for. Didn't know how to pronounce it until we went on this dictionary site, whatever it was, and realized that Shy is Chinese, Com is Communist, and they put the two together, and that's what it's called. So it is what it is.
And apparently it's also a fake weapon. They just made it up, so I don't know why they did that.
Yeah, it is actually one of the guns that is not a real weapon in real life.
How many guns are real in the game?
You know, I'm really not too sure.
At this point, I think some of the guns, or most of the guns, might be fake. I mean, this is a futuristic game.
It is a futuristic game, and I believe some of the gun creators, the guy that was specifically made to, the guy that was specifically titled to go and check out the guns, contacted NASA, and most of the guns are real, believe it or not. And still beats me. I have no idea why the guy would contact NASA for it, but I remember reading it somewhere where that's where he got the information, the specs, and how it's fired, what it's used for. I mean, everything. It's pretty detailed, actually.
Anyways, let's not get too far into the gameplay here. We have a bunch of things to discuss today.
Some interesting news for you. Starting with, read a pretty interesting article. This is going to be pretty short. The government is trying to come up with $1 trillion coin. First of all, I don't know too many people that have $1 trillion. And second of all, I don't know how many people would want to lose it like they would lose a quarter. So I think it's a pretty stupid idea if you ask me.
It is completely idiotic. I don't know what the hell they need $1 trillion coin for. I would assume it's to give to the other countries we owe money to, like a little placeholder. Like, hey, we owe you $1 trillion. Here's a coin as a placeholder.
But if you lose it, you're on your own, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of stupid. How big is this coin? Is it $1 trillion coin size, or is it a penny?
I think from seeing the picture, I believe it was the same size. It's about a quarter, maybe a little bit bigger, but it's actually not that big.
It's like $1 coin.
Yes, okay. Exactly.
It doesn't seem like a good idea at all.
No, not really. Moving on to another topic. This 18-year-old, I guess we can call him a noob, does a drunk driving hit and run where he hits 2 cars, then goes on his Facebook page and brags about how it's fun to drive drunk, and he's sorry for hitting the other 2 cars that he hit and just took off. Well, within, I believe, the same night, a couple of his Facebook friends called the cops and snitched on him. Yeah, they snitched on him, and next thing you know, within a couple of hours, they picked him up and arrested the guy. So, stop posting people on Facebook, guys.
Yeah, but see, let me just clarify here. He didn't get arrested for drunk driving. He got arrested for driver negligence or something like that. And it's not as heavy as a DUI, but they didn't have enough proof at the time because they couldn't really prove he was drunk. He was just a negligent driver. So that's what I got out from it.
You know, to me, I really don't care what it actually was. I just don't understand.
He's an idiot regardless.
Yeah, he's a moron. And there goes Riot Shield, man, again. We've been having battles back and forth with this guy. Anyways, I think what really baffles me is why do people, I mean, are people this stupid?
They actually are. You wouldn't believe how much stupid crap.
Why do people go on Facebook and incriminate themselves? I just don't understand. I mean, it is what it is, but, you know, it just frustrates me because I just don't understand why people continue to do this to themselves. It
reminds me of that story about the Ohio rape victim, which was dragged from party to party, unconscious and intoxicated, and these guys, a football team in Ohio, raped her. And that was a pretty bad story too. They even took pictures and posted it on Instagram with her like unconscious, holding her arms and legs. It was pretty bad. I felt bad for the girl, you know, but she put herself in that situation.
Oh my God.
We could go back and forth on this, but
I actually didn't hear about that one. That's
yeah, it was really bad. Anonymous even targeted them and threatened that if they don't apologize publicly, they're gonna take them down and release their public or private information to everybody.
Wow,
so,
wow.
Yeah, so I never followed up with the story, but I think they probably acted on it. I don't know. That was just I think, stupider than the drunk driving. I mean, raping a person is really messed up.
point again. Why do people incriminate themselves?
They're Twittering, Instagramming.
I don't
They're
get
idiots.
it. I don't get it. I don't get it. But whatever. Another story. First of all, these guys were just noobs. I kept going around this hallway next to B defending it and just hip firing left and right with the Shycom. 3-round burst, mind you, and a nice little rocket launching kill there. It was a pretty good gameplay on my behalf. It was actually ANTF both on top. And coming back to another story. This one actually was just a couple of days old, and I personally find it hilarious. A guy goes to a Subway that's in a Walmart and gets a Philly cheesesteak. He asked the worker at Subway to put ketchup in his Philly cheesesteak sandwich. You know what the guy did, Hein Callie?
What do you do?
The guy went nuts. The worker just went ballistic. He's like, why don't you just go to Walmart and go 3 aisles down and why don't you just get ketchup? Who the hell wants ketchup on his damn Philly cheesesteak? Next thing you know, this guy hops a counter and he threatens to kill the patron.
Really?
Yeah, the guy calls 911 and he's like, this guy wants to beat my ass because I asked for ketchup in my Philly cheesesteak. It was actually a pretty funny interview. If you want to go check it out on YouTube, it's actually a funny story. And obviously, the worker did get fired, so I thought that was pretty hilarious. I'm just briefing it up for you, but if you actually checked it out, it's a funny story.
Realistically, who the hell would put ketchup on a Philly cheesesteak, though?
the guy said he's from Jersey, and that's what they do in Jersey. I guess it's a Jersey thing.
Well, he's not from Philly, obviously.
No, most definitely not.
Anyways, I got a story of my own here. Apparently, Google employees' spouses, the spouses of the employee, they get 10 years pay, half pay, when the employee, for whatever reason, passes away. So they get paid by Google for an additional 10 years, but only half pay. That is pretty crazy. Let's just say, put out a figure, if one of the employees makes 90 grand a year, they're getting paid 45 grand a year, which is something that you could easily live off of if you were the spouse.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Obviously, the spouse would probably be working as well, so I think that is that's pretty cool on Google's behalf. I don't know why they would do that, though. It seems like they'd be wasting a lot of money.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but can you see Riot Shield Man surviving off of my AGR for that past 30 seconds we were
that
talking?
guy has skills.
Massive skills. That AGR was going at him, and he still wasn't dying. Anyways, yeah, going back to that, that's actually pretty interesting. I did not hear about it, and obviously we all know that Google's a great company to work for. I actually work maybe within about an hour away from Google.
You could actually go to the Google headquarters, and I think if you get a spot, you could actually get a tour of inside, which is kind of cool. Or maybe you have to make a reservation or something. I heard that you could definitely get a tour if you really wanted to, though.
That's interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah, I really want to see what it's like inside. If you go on Google Maps, you could actually go around the Google, I don't know if you want to call it a campus or whatever, but you could go around the area where they work, and you could see like all the places and stuff that the employees chill, which is pretty cool. They have egg pods where they could take naps in.
Nice, nice.
But yeah, anyways, let's go to the last thing we want to talk about, and that is the top 10 best video games of 2012. Now, this list kind of sucks, actually. I was a little disappointed.
Yeah, after looking at the list, I'm sorry to interrupt, Hein Callie, but I haven't heard of half of the games, and I don't know where this came from. But anyways, I'll let you take it from there.
Well, that is because you're a noob, and I have heard of all the games.
Whoa, easy, big fella, easy, okay?
Look, let's just get into this, alright?
Alright,
so number 1 is Dishonored. Now, I've heard that it's a good game, but would you really want to give Dishonored number 1? I mean, I don't think it's deserving. Number 2. XCOM Enemy Unknown. This is a game I'm a little unfamiliar with, although I've heard about it, and I have no comment really. Let me just go through them. Borderlands 2 was number 3. Halo 4 was number 4. Mass Effect 3 was number 5. Far Cry 3 number 6. Escape Man number 7. Journey 8. Spec Ops The Line number 9. And Zombie U is number 10. Disappointed with that list, so let's just move on. I don't even want to talk about these stupid games.
Let's talk about something that happened this past weekend, and that is going to be UFC, I believe, 155, Cain Velasquez and Junior Dos Santos, the rematch. And I watched this fight, and I could not believe my eyes. Cain Velasquez just destroyed Junior Dos Santos.
Me too, but I feel like that was rigged because he was just taking hit after hit. He was barely defending himself.
He lasted for 25 minutes, 5 rounds. That's impressive. Impressive. Going to the next fight, and I think they'll fight again. I think they will fight again. And going to the next fight, that was before that one. That was the main event for the heavyweight championship. Before that one was Jim Miller and Joe Lauzon fight.
That was wonderful.
That was actually, they were calling that maybe the 2012 fight of the year.
Oh, we got a little sandwich going on here where we just get it from both angles.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's the best sandwich in the world when the meat in the middle is a bunch of noobs. Going back to the UFC. It was a great fights, and I'm looking forward to the 2013 fights that are coming up. Really looking forward to it because GSP is fighting Nick Diaz, and we'll talk about that soon.
Oh yeah.
Ended with a nice little hip fire kill.
Thanks for watching, guys. Happy New Year.
Welcome to the new year, guys. Stay tuned for the next video. 75 and 5.